Hey, Kingdom Builders, welcome back to the KB Lounge. It is JMB here, and welcome back. I am so happy that you have stopped by to have this conversation with me today. And you already know what I'm gonna say. Tell me how your day is going. Put it in the chat, in the comment area. Share about your day. Share about your wins. Let's talk about some wins that you've had so far within this year. Let me know, let others know, so we can celebrate with you. Um, Anything that you may be believing for, share that. Two or three gather, touching and agree. So you got men and women in the comment section that is touching and agreeing with you that God is going to bring forth whatever it is that you are seeking and waiting on Him for. So yeah, just share some encouragement, motivate someone else today. Like I always say, we are a community, and the goal is to bring forth encouragement, inspiration, and motivation towards everyone in our community. Okay. All right. So I'm decided, I need to come up with a opening. I need to come up with an opening saying, but I don't know what it is. We'll see. We'll see as I keep going, because yeah. But anyway, hey guys, how are you doing? How's everything going? Um, so yeah, let's get into the conversation. Let's talk about how the process never ends. How the process never ends. I believe I briefly, or I may have touched on this in a previous conversation, and I think I said I would probably make this a main topic. So, um, this is a topic that I don't think people realize that it's an ongoing thing. I think people think they go through a process and then boom, that's it. They never have to do it again. And in some cases, yes. But when you are on a journey of growth and development, personally, like a personal level, a personal journey of growth and development, a spiritual journey of growth and development, a physical journey. Matter of fact, yeah, sorry. As I'm talking, yeah, no, process never ends. If you are someone who is serious about elevating, let's put it this way, you're one who loves to grow. You love to elevate. You love to be promoted. Like that is just a part of who you are. Once you have mastered one area, one place in your life or of your life, and you outgrown. That's what I'm trying to get to. You have outgrown that position. You have outgrown that mindset. You have outgrown that place, and it's time for you to elevate. No, process never ends, because now you have to go through another process. So that's what I want to talk about. I kind of rambled at the beginning to get to that point, but I believe you all know what I'm talking about or understand what I'm getting to now. So yes, I am a person who is always seeking growth. I'm always seeking how I can grow, how I can elevate, how can I promote to the next level, because I understand that if I stop growing, if I stop seeking personal development, if I stop seeking spiritual development, if I stop seeking career development, if I stop seeking physical development, if I stop seeking these things, I would become content, and I would become stuck in a place where God didn't mean for me to stay stuck at. And when you do that, when you stop seeking development in any area or aspect of your life, you can become bound. That place that was once a place where you flourished, that place that was once a place where your fruit was like multiplying, where you was manifesting things that God had for you in that place, and you stop seeking the development of growth, the development and elevating and increasing, you can become stuck in that place. And now you become stagnated. And now you are no longer able to continue to produce because you've grown too big for that place. Sorry, y'all, it's the baby. I think he's waking up. I may have to pause y'all for a minute. Hold
Okay, I'm back. I'm back. I had to take a little bit of break, feed the baby, but I'm back. But as I was saying before, process never ends. And when it comes to your personal development, physical development, any type of development, there's going to be a process. Because when you get stuck on a level, you, like I said, become content. And that can become dangerous. It can become dangerous because when you begin to outgrow a place or you have outgrown a place, now that place is becoming damaging to you because you have nowhere to go. There is nowhere for you to expand. There's nowhere for you to produce. So anything that you're trying to produce is now dying because there's no room. Okay? So I don't want you to have a negative thoughts about process. When you hear process, sometimes people become fearful or scared because they know it's going to come with some hard work. They know it's going to come with more responsibilities. They know it's going to come with some trials. They know it's going to come with some tests. They know it's going to come with some things, but process prunes you. Process sheds you. Process reforms you. And it just depends on the type of process that you're going through that is going to determine how hard it may be. And I am a person, I think I said this, I am a person who is always seeking growth. I'm always seeking, okay, how can I make this better, do this better? How can I present this better, right? How can I become better? How can I become better? And I've been like that since I was little. I've just always, I love growth. I love growing. I'm like a flower or a tree, I guess. I just have to grow. And when I feel like I'm being closed in, I feel stuck, I get very uncomfortable. And it's not an uncomfortable of, oh, I know I'm finna move to the next level. It is, but it ain't. But it's more of an uncomfort of, oh, if I got to get out of here. Because if I don't get out of here, I'm going to lose my mind. If I don't get out of here, I'm going to go off. If I don't get out of here, I feel like I'm going to die. I feel like I'm suffocating. That type of uncomfort. And that can be, like I said, damaging. It can be damaging, especially when God has something else for you. God continues to elevate. We say we want to go from glory to glory, but what do you think that is? That's elevation to elevation, promotion to promotion, increase to increase. And every time you go to a new level, there's more. Yes, there are more responsibilities. Yes, there is more required of you. Yes, there's more that you may have to do. Yes, you may have to give up more. You may have to give up something else, a part of you to God, but He's going to. Hey there, it's JMP here, and I hope that you are enjoying today's conversation. I want to take a quick break to share with you more about my company and what it is we do. My name is Jasmine Mike Poindexter, and I am the CEO of My Vast Incorporated, where we specialize in providing general administrative services to entrepreneurs like yourself. We also offer other services such as event assistance, social media management, graphic design, and so much more. Here at My Vast Incorporated, we do strive to help entrepreneurs who are growing in their businesses to scale and elevate to the next level. Here at My Vast Incorporated, we do pride ourselves in partnering with our clients to help them bring forth the vision that they have for their businesses and exceed the goals that they have set for themselves. So if you are interested in learning more about our services and how we can serve you, please go to our website, www.myvast.com, and schedule a discovery call with us. We'll be happy to discuss more about our services and how we can assist you and help you go to the next level.
Okay, hey Kingdom Builders, I am back. I do want to apologize that the sound went out when I went to go edit that conversation. I realized that the mic died, and I was talking for a good 40 minutes, having a conversation with y'all, and only the first maybe 5 minutes got recorded. So I am back to continue this conversation. That process never ends. So yeah, I'm going to try to pick up where I left off. I believe I was talking about us saying that we want to go from glory to glory, process to process, increase to increase, prosperity to prosperity, increase to increase. And we just want these wonderful things from God. And we neglect that there is a process that has to come forth in order to even receive the results that we're desiring, the results that we're wanting, right? So, process never ends. I believe I did say this earlier in the video that I'm a person of growth. And because I am a person of growth, I have come to realize and I have come to be at peace with that. When I'm ready to elevate, when I'm ready to go to the next level, either it's in God, it's going deeper in the word, getting deeper revelation, going deeper in my prayer life, higher in worship, or just within my business, elevating to the next level, there is a process that has to take place. And I believe I also said this at the beginning of the video. There are some processes that is a one-time thing, but with that one-time thing comes maintenance. And then there are some processes that you have to take that happens multiple times, but it's a process on another level. So let's say you're going through a healing process, right? You're healing from childhood trauma. You're healing from neglect. You're healing from rejection. You're healing from certain pain in your body. There are different types of healing, right, that you need. So when it comes to your healing journey, there is going to be multiple processes that you may have to go through to get completely whole and healed the way that you desire. And then there may be a process that you go through because you want to fulfill your purpose here on earth. You want to fulfill the will that God has for you. You want to completely submit yourself to God and fulfill his plans for your life. Then that is a process that you have to go through to get to your promised land. And that process is typically a long process. It's typically one of your hardest process and hardest journeys that you will ever go through in life. But that is also one that you only have to go through once if you're obedient. That's the key. If you are obedient throughout that process and you do what God has told you to do to complete that process, that is one that can be a one-time process, and it will require maintenance for you to continue on throughout that journey. Okay. Man, I had talked about so much in the first conversation. I don't even remember. So I'm just praying that God bring it back to me, or what I'm supposed to share with you guys. I'm able to get it out. But when it comes to process, it is a part of yourself. There is a part of yourself that you have to allow to die. Okay. There is a part of your mindset that you have to allow to die. Like process prunes you. Process prunes you. It prepares you. It molds you. It can transform you. It can do many things that will get you in the position that you need to be, but also make you become the person you need to be, help you become the person you need to be. Okay. So whatever that vision may be, whatever that dream you may have, whatever that cycle that you've been trying to break through your bloodline or off of your bloodline, there is a process for that. But during that process, there are some things that you have to die to yourself. You have to give to God. You have to surrender and not pick it back up again. And process allows you to do that. It can be a beautiful thing. It can be a hard thing. It just depends on what your process is. You may be a person that smokes or drinks a lot, and you smoke and you drink to kind of help take the edge off things. Or you may had a long day or stressful day, and drinking relieves things. So there may be a process of you going through deliverance from doing and from drinking a lot and from smoking a lot. And that's something you have to put down, but it's not easy. I don't want you to think that process is easy, because it's not. There are some that you can just get through it like a pro. And then there are some that you literally have to like be in the presence of God all the time to make it through. You have to trust God to make it through. You have to give it to God multiple times to make it through, because it can be extremely hard. And when you're going through a process, you're going through it by yourself. That is between you and the Lord. You may have support around you, but they're not necessarily going through the exact same thing with you. They may have their own things that they're going through, so you guys can probably relate and have conversations about your journeys and processes, but only you know what you feel. Only you know what you got to give up. Only you know what you're trying to receive. So when you think about process, I don't want you to think about it as a horrific thing, because it's not. It can be a beautiful thing, but that is where your mindset comes into place. You have to remember what you prayed to God about. You have to remember what you're desiring. Some of the stuff you want, and for some of you, a lot of the stuff that you want, it comes with a price. It comes with a price. And that price is you being a better version of yourself. That price is you being healthier. That price is you having a better mindset. That price is you getting away, you get rid of your old ways, your bad habits. That price is ultimately a price that is a result of you becoming better. Better. You becoming a whole and healed version of yourself. You becoming a person who sees and knows your worth. You becoming a person that has confidence and that is bold and stands on the word of the Lord and for God and represents God and his kingdom. That version of you could be the version that you need to be to fulfill the promise, the purpose, the will God has for your life. Depending on where you are right now, can you honestly say that you're ready? Can you honestly say that you've done everything you're supposed to do that God told you to do? If that's yes, then great, because you're on your way. Your breakthrough is close and near. But if that's no, you need to do some self-reflecting. And you need to see what it is that you have not done out of obedience and get in alignment so that you can reach that place in life that you desire to be. Or so that you can break those cycles out that bloodline. Or so that you can create and build a future for your family. When it comes to the process, I want you to think about a process of a butterfly. Okay? And God had been giving me butterflies for probably the past 2 years. Okay? And when you think of a butterfly, they start off as caterpillars, right? You have them as caterpillars. And they go into their cocoon and they're there for a while. And when they come out, they're transformed into something new, a new creature. And they fulfill a different purpose, a higher purpose than they had before. I want you to think about that about your life. Think about yourself as a caterpillar. And then think about your process being in that cocoon. It's dark in there. It's lonely in there. But what's there is you and God. That is the place where God can secure you and safely mold you. That cocoon is a place of safety for you. because now he can shed everything off of you. And you won't be contaminated by man and other people around you. You won't get attacked by the enemy, because God has secured you into this cocoon where it's you and him, and he can get deep down where their hurt lies. He can get deep down and shift your mindset and show you where it stemmed from. That is a place God gets to the roots of things. And he begins to pull it up and bring it forth and allow you to feel it so he can heal you from it. He can transform your mind. That is the place that God begins to pour into you wisdom, his love. That is the place where you begin to build your relationship with God and begin to build your trust in God and begin to build your faith in God. That is the place where God begins to remold you, transform you, rebuild you into the person that you're going to be when he's done. And then when your process is over, you come out celebrating, knowing who you are in God, knowing the type of anointing that you have, the purpose that God has for you. And you come out of that cocoon as a butterfly, a beautiful butterfly that is ready to fulfill a higher purpose, role in your life. Now in that place, God can promote you and he can bring forth the miracles and the blessings and the promises that you've been seeking him for and you've been waiting on. But you have to be a certain person for that. You can't lack wisdom where you're going. You can't connect with everybody where you're going. You can't have too many people in your circle where you're going. It has to be small, because you need people who are authentic in God. You need people who are real, who has a real relationship with the Lord, and who can pray, who can praise with you, who can worship with you, who can see in the spirit what's happening before it even happens. Because the assignment God has on your life, the process is necessary. And I know this conversation must have been meant for somebody, because this is different from what I spoke about the first time. And that's okay. And at first I got upset because I was like, oh, the enemy mad at this conversation. No, God wanted me to say something else.
Hey, we are taking a quick break from today's conversation. And if you are an entrepreneur who may be looking for a virtual assistant and you may be unsure of what a VA is, you don't have the full understanding, or maybe you don't know what to delegate out, I have a solution for you. I wrote an ebook titled How to Hire the Right VA. This ebook helps you find the right virtual assistant. It helps you figure out the type of tasks that you need to delegate for your business. And it also helps you decide on the right person to hire for your company. When you are looking for a virtual assistant, you are looking for someone who is going to represent you and your company in the best way possible, as well as providing great quality services to your company. Okay, you want someone who can provide great work and that is going to help you elevate your business to the next level. And what better way to do that than to hire a virtual assistant to your team? Now, this ebook is about virtual assistants, but you can also use some of the things that you learn within this ebook to hire other members to your team. So if you're interested in hiring the right VA for your company, you want to learn more, go to our website, www.myvast.com, and order your copy today.
And that is where maturity come into place. Everything does not consist of the enemy if it goes wrong. Sometimes God allow things, you see me checking, God allow things to go wrong so that he can get out what he wants to get out. Yes, that conversation was good before, but that conversation might have been just for me. And this conversation, this version is for you. So I don't know who's watching this today, who's having this conversation with me today, but I need you to go through your process. I need you to get that healing, baby. I need you to let it go. I need you to allow God to bring the breakthrough for you. He wants to break that pain off of you. He wants to break that mindset off of you. He wants to break that attitude off of you. He wants to break that childhood trauma off of you. That is what has been causing the delay, the hold up, because you're holding on things that was out of your control. Yes, those things were a part of what molded you, but you're grown now. You're an adult now. You can seek God for yourself now. And because of that, you can get the healing that you need. You want to build this legacy for your family, but you can't build it in the position that you're in. You can't build it with the mindset that you have. You can't build it with the heart that you're carrying right now. You have to be transformed. Your mind has to be renewed. You have to be made a new creature. And I know it's scary. I've been there. My process was 5 years. My process started when I said I do. When I said I do to my husband, that's when my process started. Everybody wants to be so quick to get married, but not realizing that marriage is an assignment. And depending on who you marry, that assignment can be tough. That's why you have to allow God to pick your spouse for you. I don't know who that was for, but I've been there. I've done it. My test, my process started when I said I do to my husband. And then I remember asking God so many questions. And he would either use someone in my life, or he will ask me himself, what about you? I was picking out his wrongdoings and things that he wasn't doing right or wasn't in alignment with. And he was like, but what about you? Marriage reveals things. It unfolds things. It takes the veil off of things. And stuff that you didn't even realize that you were still dealing with begins to get triggered. So my process started when I said I do. And once I realized what was happening, that God wanted to deal with me, when I surrendered, everything that my husband was doing was bothering me, I let it go. I gave it to God. And I allowed God to work on me. The more he worked on me, the better I got. The more my mindset shift, the deeper revelations I began to get. The deeper in my relationship with God. And in my word, in my worship, in my prayer life, it all begins to elevate. And as I was elevating, I was being tested. I was being tested. Test after test, trial after trial. But I stayed focused on God. And whatever my husband decided to do, I let him do. And I let God deal with that. So I don't know who that part is for. But let it go. And let God work on you. Because when he works on you, when he's done, you're going to be in a whole nother place mentally, emotionally, spiritually, even physically. Everything is going to transform for you. And if it's meant, gotta fix it. If it's not, gotta bring somebody better. Stop focusing on what you cannot change. And focus on what you can change. And that is you. Ooh, okay. Process will set you up for success. But you have to be obedient and you have to be willing. You're going to mess up through your process. I did. I messed up a couple of times. But every time I messed up, I said, God, I'm sorry. I repent. I ask God to give me strength not to do it again. Give me wisdom not to do it again. Help me where I'm weak at. Show me what I don't know. When you're going through your process, everything that you think you know, you need to let it go. When you're going through your process, I need you to act like you're a pre-K-er. Not even a kindergartner, a pre-K-er. You just got out that toddler stage. And you just enter into the big boy and big girl school. I need you to allow God to teach you. When you're going through your process, you're unlearning to relearn. You have to unlearn some things society taught you. You have to unlearn some things your parents taught you. You have to unlearn some things your friends taught you. You have to unlearn some things you taught yourself. You have to unlearn some things. And when you're doing that, God teaches you the correct way. He teaches you his way. And when he teaches you his way, that's when you begin to prosper. That's when you begin to see him moving in your life. That's when you can literally wake up every day and see God. I wake up every single day and see God. We know it sounds cliche that we wake up every day. That's a blessing, and it is, because everybody doesn't wake up. But the more you grow in God, the deeper your relationship goes, the higher you go in your prayer life, the more you begin to increase in the Lord and elevate. Those cliches no longer become cliches, and you begin to see that those things are real. That's a blessing. And you'll begin to rejoice and worship in your heart for the small things. It can be so simple. It can be so simple. But you know that your Father did it. And because you know that your Father did it, you're going to praise him for it. You're going to thank him for it. You're going to have gratitude because of it. When you build a real, authentic relationship with God, you get emotional when you talk about him, about the things that he's done for you, how he kept you, because it's real. You encountered it, you experienced it, you saw it when it was impossible. When you thought you was going to just lose everything, God just suddenly made a way. It's crazy. But it's real. God got your back. But he wants you to go through this process because he has something bigger for you. And you want it too. You want it just as much as he wants to give it to you. Don't be scared. Don't be afraid. It may hurt a little bit, but sometimes it takes a little pain to get through it. Pressure. And that's what they say. Diamonds are made out of pressure. Let God apply the pressure so he can make you a diamond. So you can transform into that butterfly. And you will know. Because God will begin to show you. When your process is coming to an end, he begins to elevate you again. He begins to give you deeper revelation on things and more wisdom, knowledge. And you're going to see the work that he did on the inside of you transform and come forth on the outside of you. He'll give you a vision of what you're going to look like. And then he'll begin to help you manifest that. Help you get in alignment with making that vision of yourself, that visual, come to pass. I know it. I'm living it. I'm sitting in something I prayed for. And there's still more that he's releasing. It's still more that he's giving out. Stop being scared. Fear is only temporary. But once you make the jump, fear no longer exists. I want you to think about skydiving. And if you're a person afraid of heights, then this is a good example. Okay? So let's say you're in the plane and you have to jump, but you're scared. But the only way you can survive is if you jump. The only way you can survive is if you jump, but you're scared. Which more important? The fear you're holding on to or your life? Once you jump, that fear disappears because now you realize you got a chance to live. Now you realize once you make it down to the bottom, you got your life still. That's what I need you to think about this process. Jump and let go. It's going to be bumpy. It's going to be hard. It is not going to be easy. But as long as you keep your eyes on God, He is going to carry you through it. Okay? All right, guys. So like I said, this conversation must have been meant for somebody. Share in the comment section if this conversation was helpful. Share about different processes that you may be going through or you went through and you was right there with God. He was right there with you. Encourage somebody else who's afraid to jump out and allow the process to take place. All right, guys. So that's all I have for you today. Until next time. Hey Kingdom Builders, it is JMP here, and I want to take the time to say thank you so much for tuning in today's conversation, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was motivational, inspirational, or even encouraging to you in some way. If the conversation was, please make sure that you continue it in the comment section. Also, if you enjoyed it, make sure that you share with someone that you think would enjoy the conversation as well. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, hit that subscription button and that notification bell so you'll know when a new conversation drops in the KB Lounge and anything else that happens within the KB Lounge. Okay, Kingdom Builders, let's keep the conversation going until next time.